Check, check, check. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I'm trying to get this thing is like really, really loud. What's going on? I don't think this mic setup's gonna work at all. Just checking all the legs, make sure they're loose. About to push a socket out. I'm replacing 7 sockets. There it goes. Ta-da! One more. Just gonna add some flux. I like to put it on both sides. Kind of helps get all the solder out of the sockets and joints. All the holes. So this board is having some problems reading from the EEPROMs, this section in here, and it's got some glitching going on with the road signs, mainly the starting gates, and then all of the different cars. So when the cars are turning left, they kind of invert their colors a little bit on the wheels and the main body of the cars. When they turn right, it looks okay, but only when they turn left, they get messed up. And I'm pretty sure that has to do with some of the EEPROMs up on this top area up here. So that's kind of why I'm replacing these. I've had a lot of different issues with these EEPROMs, and I resolved a lot of them by pulling these EEPROMs out and restocking them, cleaning them up. But different problems, like different types of problems, kept coming back that were all related back in this area. And pole position is notorious for bad sockets. So I'm just going to go ahead and replace them all, so, so I don't have any more problems in this area. So that's what I'm doing right now. Just getting rid of these sockets, and I'm going to replace them with new ones. Clean up the EEPROM legs. I've got some 100% deoxit that I'll apply to the legs of the EEPROMs. And then once that's done, then I'll resocket everything and try it out and see if it works. Hopefully that kind of explains it. I don't know if I can link pictures or anything like that in there, but actually I could probably just show you. Let's see. Yeah, so here's what's wrong with it, what I'm fixing anyways. So you can see there the cars, when they turn right, the glitch will go away. When they straighten up or turn left, that's when their colors get a little bit inverted. So we'll see it again here in just a second. And so all the graphics that are on the signs and the side, as well as the cars themselves, that's in all of these EEPROMs on the video board that I'm working with right now. This board had a lot of problems though. Had a lot of broken traces, had a broken reset. Obviously had problems with the EEPROMs. Had some TTLs that went bad on it for video RAM. 8K, one of the video RAMs, it was 2114 RAMs, was bad. The socket was bad. Yeah, this is a Panavise. Panavise makes all sorts of different types of vises. They also make like speaker mounts and stuff like that. Anything that clamps or holds things, they make. Um, they're not too bad, but they're worth the investment. They save your I think they save your boards from unnecessary damage when you're working on them. Like if you're that way you don't scratch things up or scratch more traces. They keep it up and out of the way. And they make a really efficient use of your workspace. So I've got a small table here, but I'm able to do a lot on it. And this is probably one of the most nerve-wracking things in these Atari boards is desoldering stuff, because these pads are really, really brittle. Or not really brittle, they're just susceptible to falling off. So you have to be gentle. Yeah. Because Centipede, I need to get I got Centipede PCB and controls and harness and everything but the cabinet. I need to get a Centipede cabinet at some point. It's all in a box. I've even got the glass bezel. No marquee, but everything else pretty much. Yeah, so far I have not lost a pad up here, so I'm doing pretty good. If I lose one or two, I think I might be okay, but so far I'm rocking it. Trying to keep the tool off the board and just kind of hover above the pad. Keep from touching it too much. got a really small nozzle on this taco, and it keeps getting clogged. I keep having to clean it out. The bigger nozzles do great, but this tiny one is just... So some of these legs, I don't know what the deal is. Like somebody smashed some of these pins or something. One of them completely fell off, so that could have been part of my problem. These are really bent up right here. This board was in the hands of El Dorado at some point, which I thought was pretty interesting. So I'm having to undo a couple of the things they did. I think uh, they did something to the reset circuit. I don't know if they bypassed it. I can't remember what it was. It was goofed up pretty bad. And then the sync circuitry was off. Not exactly sure why that was. That's not bad. 2 pads isn't bad. That's pretty good. What did you use to desolder the parts? Did you have a gun, or did you use wick, or what? I think there's about like a 10-second delay on this, if you're wondering. There you go. Yeah, I started with that myself. I had to. I got the solder pult, and then I got this one, this blue one, which I saw on Amazon, but I got it from Radio Shack a long time ago. Back when I was in college and I first started doing this stuff. When I pretended like I know what I was doing, kind of like what I'm doing now. I like to think what I know what I'm doing. But time out for a second. Yeah, the vacuum I think was well worth the investment since I've got a lot of these to go through. And these are really bent up. Someone did a number to these things. Cow. This one over here is like almost bent all the way over to the right. So it's sticking up against the pad and getting a wet joint there. Looks like all those are pretty loose. So let's get that last one and it should pop out. There we go. I think that got it. So I just depends how it's going. There we go. Falling right out. Nice. Last one. Ah. I'm doing this forever. Time to clean it up. Yeah, this one was, I don't know where it was at. Got a little bit of water on top of the cab. Seemed like a little bit on the front of the control panel, but the board was saved from most moisture. The EEPROM legs are the worst. I don't know, these are CQ EEPROMs, and they seem to oxidize pretty bad in comparison to a lot of the other parts. The board is pretty decent shape except for where whoever marred it up cut some traces and stuff, but other than that, it's in general it's pretty good shape. Didn't have a lot of it didn't have any battery acid damage on the CPU board, which is nice. So I didn't really have to fight much with that. The battery was already removed. So I noticed that's the first thing I looked at when I went to go pick it up was how good a shape the CPU board was in. It looked great, so I was like, all right, I can work with this. So you're Sub-Zero. Who are you on John's Arcade? Yeah, I try to get all of the solder out and have no wet joints before I remove anything, just to make sure I don't lose any pads or pull any pads or anything like that. That's what I try to do anyways. And I'm going to have to bring this board down because I want to clean it. So I'm going to take it out of the visor real quick and put it down on the bench, and I'll adjust the camera. So then I got to set the sockets in. Clean it. Move this light. Ah, okay. Are you new to John's Arcade forum, or have you just not been around for a while? Or I just came back recently. I just don't remember seeing you around. At least I don't know, before the new year. see how this works. There we go. Go. You can see it. That's not too bad. Everything's in one piece there. No pads lost there. Everything's intact there too. Ah, that would make sense. Yeah. Yeah, around Halloween, that's when I took a break. It's when all those holidays start. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. My family hosts all that stuff, so it's like I don't have time to make a big mess, work on stuff. Gotta keep the house clean. Go Christmas shopping and Black Friday shopping, all that stuff. Gosh, I hope this fixes everything. I'm sure tired of fighting with it. It's been just an off and on battle, it seems like. I'm kind of a neat freak. I take the time to do this stupid stuff. I can't help it. I like my boards to look good. Nice and shiny. Oh yeah. It's so beautiful. Get this set one more time and I'll be ready to put those new sockets in. There were 8 different EEPROMs here. I already replaced one of the sockets. It was actually messed up, so it needed to be replaced. So I'm doing the last 7. Then it should be good to go. Sweet, thanks, Rick. I still gotta clean the EEPROMs too. Okay, get this back in the vise. A long time. You should remove it, but no, you can leave it on there for a long time. I mean, it will do damage after years, but I mean, days, weeks, that's not a big deal. I won't do anything. Yeah, you do want to remove it. It's a good practice to not leave residual flux on a board. A lot of times when you crack open the old, most of the games, you're going to see a lot of brown, black stuff that's usually just old flux, and sometimes it'll cook on a board and make it look worse than it really is. I had a couple of Nintendo power supplies that had quite a bit of flux still in them, but those things have such massive traces. It's not really going to do anything to them. But yeah, good to take it off. There's different levels of, like, I don't know, severity as far as what people do when they're working on electronics. There's a pretty good video out there of NASA standards, and that stuff's crazy. They every time they solder with a piece of, when they cut a piece of, like, a lance of solder off, if they solder with this piece and they leave like a cauterized end, like a ball on the end, they'll cut it and start a new piece like that. I mean, they do all sorts of stuff like that. They'll also get wipes and wipe down the solder strand and all sorts of stuff. So there's a lot of different things you can do to improve what you're doing, but I mean, a lot of that's unnecessary. But I thought it was an interesting piece. It's like, I'm not going to do that. Crazy. Use Kim wipes and stuff like that. All right, so I'm just going to set these sockets in. They're kind of up high. I don't know if you can see this. Nope, I can't do it without looking. You gotta see what I'm doing. I did not clean up very well. There's still a couple of fuzzies left. There we go. Well, you can't see jack. There we go. So what did you use to determine the problem with your centipede board? That one's not going to stay. Yeah, nor is that one. Nope. That one stay. Cool, there we go. To hold that one. That's okay. Spin it back around. Luck. Well, that's good. I'll take a little bit of that. That's I'd never turn away luck. How long did it take for luck to work out for you? Get some stuff out of the way. Workspace is getting crowded here. Uh-oh, timeout. Ah, that's nice. So was it a booting problem? So all your ROMs were good. You flexed the board and something started working. What was broken? You said you replaced a TTL, right? An LS153 and an LS00. Were those bad? Or did you replace the sockets for them? Ah, okay. And those are just really short legs. Let's see, right. There we go. I like to hop every other one so I don't overheat the board or the part. Yeah, I always read it. I don't know about you, but I read a lot about people reflowing stuff to fix things, and I I have not run into that very often. I have not been a lucky one to go, oh, I just reflowed everything and it started working again. Like, what? Does that really happen that often? I don't think so. Maybe it's just me. One down. Where'd you order them from? Fleabay? Put some putty on that to hold it in place. Putty. Ah, I wait on a China boat. I've ordered some, well, yes, I think I ordered some TTLs from a guy named Husker Fan on eBay. He seems pretty good. Seems like they're legit TI parts. Doesn't have everything, but he's got a lot of the main stuff, kind of new old stock stuff. Yeah, I don't. I was gonna get some different sockets for this board, but I decided, what the heck? Let's just fix it. I want to get this thing fixed for a while. It's waited long enough, I guess. Looks pretty good. Get the putty off. Go. Two more up here to go. Yep. Yeah, try to order from when possible. Ian's really starting to get some good prices on. Well, he's always had good prices. I mean, you don't have to worry about really price checking too much with Ian. You know you're gonna get a solid deal with that guy. I gotta order some sockets from him. Probably order a couple of flybacks and some RAM. He's got it. Gotta replace one RAM chip on this guy. It's kind of hosed up. It works right now. It's just the legs on it are kind of goofy, so I'm gonna get it replaced. Yeah, I hope to see Ian around the shop box here again. He's just really busy right now. Work and his website orders are just going crazy right now, apparently. And this solder goes fast. So what games do you have? Another one down. I'm gonna look these over here in a minute. I'm just trying to get them all on there right now. Make sure I don't miss anything. Yeah, Ian's got good prices on his sockets. He orders them in massive bulk, so you're going to be hard pressed to find a better price anywhere else. So feel free to stock up on the sockets he's got. Unless you're going to order them in quantities of 1,000. Kind of hard to get a better price right on onesie twosies. Got a couple solder blobs right there that I was trying to get that, add some extra solder to those little legs. I got some solder blobs on there. Ninja Gaiden, how do you like that one? I played the heck out of that on the NES. I never played an arcade version. I never even saw the arcade version. The gunk right here, I'm gonna get off. There we go. First cabinet in October. So man, you just jumped right into this, and you're already doing board repairs. I'm totally getting in the way here. Shooting with a webcam right now. I don't know if I really like the quality. There we go. Or fix those little test points. I think I messed up. Oh, well, that's good. Ah, see, I'm doing this to get into electronics. I've always been interested, but never had like a good way to get started. So I actually started fixing these when I was in college to help kind of pay for my tuition. I had a I had a source to get some of these. Picked up like a Donkey Kong Jr. and his Axon, and a Pac-Man, and one other one. Ended up fixing them. They weren't too difficult to fix at the time, and just sold them just to help pay for college. And then I went back to the same guy again and picked up some more recently. Well, I guess a couple of years ago, just to get back into it again. I really like doing the board repairs and just trying to figuring out how things will work. I just find that really interesting. I don't know why. And I really like soldering. I don't know. Not sure what's up with that. It's kind of a relaxing activity, I guess. But I feel like kind of got into this at the wrong time. I don't know what the deal is. My timing's all off, I guess. But maybe that just has to do with time in general. People are really getting into this stuff again for some reason. Same thing with Nintendo. It's going kind of crazy right now. I really wanted to get that flute troubleshooter, but I don't think that's going to be a possibility because I'm not into this to make money or to do a bunch of repairs. Maybe later, but right now I'm just trying to learn and fix what I got to fix. Yeah, I didn't know there was such a large community. When I did this back in college, geez, what was that, 10, 15 years ago? Yeah, that I don't remember there being so much information out there and so many people, buying and selling. Just seems like there's a lot of opportunity right now. There's a lot of developers building different MAME front ends and MAME itself. All the ROMs are out there. There's a lot of different entries into the hobby. What did you put in your main cabinet? Or what are you running it on? Do you still have your main cabinet? Since it's such a frowned upon thing in the classic community. I personally think it has its place. I'm not going to discriminate against one particular person. I'm not that kind of a guy. I think it's great. Whatever people do, so long as they're playing games, that's cool with me. Adding some more putty will just kind of play so you can see what I'm doing. Otherwise, I'd just set it down. Not make it so hard on myself. But this putty's magic stuff, man. holding together one of my horizontal width coils. I thought that was a brilliant idea myself. So I think this is the last socket. Yes, it is. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that too with what's available. And people, it's just weird because I guess just different operators in different areas, people like certain things, or just games happen to migrate certain places. I live in the middle of America, so if I want to get a good selection, I have to go south to Texas. Um, Texas. they've got they've got a lot of stuff down there. There's a bunch of money down there, so sometimes I see stuff pop up in Kansas, but in my area, it seems like every once in a while something good will pop up. So, but I'm gonna try to go to the hole one more time with the guy I know, so I can maybe max out with what I've got. And then I'll work towards my favorites, I suppose. Last socket, last through hole there. Yay! Yeah, I agree with that. I got a local guy that does the 16-1 thing. He's in it to make money for his livelihood. So I kind of understand why he's doing it, but kind of stinks that he takes takes anything he can throw a 16-1 in. He just rips the guts out of it, throws in an LCD and a 16-1, and sells it for $700-800 depending on the condition of it. Sometimes paints it black, that sort of thing. Okay, so I've got all the sockets are in. I need to clean it up, and I also need to clean the EEPROMs that I have not done yet. So I'm going to clean the board again. I need to make a magic drying cloth that doesn't get destroyed when you try to dry the board. I think the best thing to do is just to get the electronics cleaner and blast it all off. Stuff's expensive. Alcohol's a lot cheaper. There was some bad soldering on this board. Some mounds that just look real grungy and dull. Yeah, I usually keep the blue shop tiles around. I'm out right now. I gotta go back to the store and get some more. You're right. I just got regular paper towel right now. But yeah, I usually keep a whole roll of shop towels in here. Just trying to look over my work. I have a ton of light in here. I think I've got so much light that I feel like I don't have enough. So I'm just got gobs of it. Whoops. Well, they look a heck of a lot better than what they did. And they put everything else around them to shame. I don't see any that are lacking or anything else, so I think they're good to go. Got the top side here. Everything looks right. Some alcohol hanging out underneath this EEPROM right here. I'm probably going to let this dry for just a bit. So I'm going to move it. Then I'm going to start cleaning up some EEPROM legs. Which is probably not as exciting as board work. Although I don't think replacing sockets is all that exciting either. Let me get this guy moved. Okay. Gotta say those sockets look good. The ones that were in there before were pretty dingy looking. Clean up my mess. Might use that. Use some of this. Some of that. Don't need my desoldering gun right now. Shouldn't need these guys. I'm done with the flux. Okay. So how do you like to clean your legs? Your EEPROM legs, man. Your chip legs. Whoops, I'm running into the darn camera. All right. So I'm just going to take some of this deoxit. This stuff's expensive. All deoxit's expensive. This stuff is, if I remember right, it was like 20 bucks for this little bottle. And I guess I could burn some new EEPROMs, and then stick them in the sockets and then just clean these later? I don't know. Oh, you're good. So I think I'm just going to go through each one of these and get some deoxit on there and let it sit, kind of break things down. And then I'll brush it off and put them back in the sockets. Oh, there's 3. Oh my god. The quickest way is to take a wire brush to this on a Dremel. But that kind of removes part of the tin on the legs. EEPROM burner, I use the Needham. I didn't, I like the one that John was using. I bought mine when I don't know, a year or so ago. Probably should have gotten the USB, I think it's a GX4, something like that. The one on eBay. It's a common platform that most people, the Waldom platform that people have cloned. I think there's a company out of, I think it may be out of Canada that produces it. And that's what's most recommended right now because it has a bunch of different adapters for it. And it supports, I think it supports the most EEPROMs. There are better ones out there like Dataman, but they're just ridiculously expensive. BK Precision makes some older ones, so if you can find one of those are nice. Yep, that works. That's what I did with one of my memory chips when I got a broken custom chip on the Atari board. I just took a cap leg and stuck it right in between right into the socket and leaned it up against the what was left of the leg. Luckily, I have not had to like grind into a chip to get a piece of the leg. That would be terribly That'd be terrible. Do not want to do that. This needs like a brush end to kind of brush it on. That would be kind of cool. But I guess this saves me from wasting any. Yeah, for some reason I had a I like the idea of working on old games and booting up a PC in DOS and to do things, but that was pretty dumb. I should have just bought the one from eBay, which I'll probably buy eventually because I need to be able to write too. Because I can't do 2516s. I think I don't think I can do those. I can do like 2732, 2764s, a lot of the newer stuff, but not some of the not of the some of the really old things I can't burn or read, which is terrible. It's like I got a Mrs. Pac-Man that I need to redo an EEPROM on, and I can't do it without a better reader. That worked pretty good. I think I'll give it a little bit more time to kind of soak in for a second. Yeah, the GX4. Yeah, that's the. I think that's the Walden version. Not Walden. What is it? Willem. That's what it is. Willem. Yeah, Walden makes crimpers. I think. I'm getting my names mixed up. Oh, geez, yeah, this is working. Holy cow. Oh, yeah, wow. It's all sorts of gunk coming off. Well, that worked. Huh. Off the GX4, you can test RAM. I did not know that. That's pretty freaking awesome. What else can you do? I'm buying one tomorrow. I'm buying one right now. What am I talking about now? This works really good. I mean, I usually spray on the canned stuff, like I spray onto a rag and wipe it off, but this is really getting a bunch off a lot faster, so I'm not having to use a ton. I need a better brush. This is from Harbor Freight. They're cheap. Steel wire brushes. Need something smaller. 2 on 4s. Yep, pole position's got several of those. That looks better. Ooh, buddy. This thing is getting shiny. I don't know if you can see that or not. This camera's not going to pick it up. Oh, it kind of zoomed in there a little bit. Oh, it's trying so hard. But those were pretty grungy before. Now they're looking kind of sharp. That is cool. Yeah, there's a bunch of different little finicky looking RAM testers and stuff like that on eBay. Hesitant to buy any of them. I know John uses one of the transistor capacitor testers, like one of those little all-in-one wonders. Like, man, I buy that thing and it's not going to do anything for me. That'd be my luck. But it looked like it was only 22 bucks, so maybe it's worth a shot. It's nice to have something to kind of double and triple check things with. Sometimes just to check your own sanity, you know? That is a lot better. Man, yeah. Needed it bad. Ooh. This is working. Gotta try not to catch a leg. I hate it when that happens. Snag a leg and it gets all bent out of shape. $10. The one from eBay? The one that John uses? It's got the kind of blue LED, the little membrane buttons on it. Yeah, I have yet to kind of break into any of that stuff yet. I'm putting more money into parts than anything else. I really need to put some money into reproduction stuff and things to make my cabinets look a little bit better. Man, I don't know what was on these things. Can you see this? I mean, my God. See that stuff? It's like, it's brown. That's bad. Man. off these little legs. It's like they were kicked in mud or something. I've got a feeling this might help a little bit. Save me some EEPROMs. I already checked and verified 4 of these when I had an issue with the signs on the side of the road. And I cleaned them up a little bit, and it helped a bunch. And then an old problem came back. That's when I got those cars changing colors. So it's like, all right, that's the last straw. I'm done. Gonna really get after these things. Yep. Yep. What caps were they? Do you know what brand they were? Yeah, the only cap kits I bought that were kind of bad were I bought some of Bob Roberts stuff. As when I first started trying to fix some of this stuff. And I've still got some of his kits that I have not used. Just hanging here. I actually got this is a Williams power supply kit. I bought a bunch of caps. I put my own Nichicon caps in there for Williams power supply. So like when I do my next Williams power supply, I'll reach and use my own caps as opposed to Bob's. Bob's caps are not the best. That's for sure. They work sometimes, most of the time, but not the best. Oh, well, yeah. I bought a bunch of stuff from Radio Shack when they were going out. They had some caps and other things that I picked up. And their stuff was pretty old as far as when it was manufactured date code. They were good caps. They were Nichicon, but they were older caps. And they were just their standard type of caps. They weren't like low ESR caps, or they weren't long life or anything like that. They were just standard, as much as standard can be. But I did get a couple of axials and got a bunch of fuses, tons of fuses at a pretty good price, so that was nice. I just wish I had caught their liquidation earlier, because they were selling like you know, all the parts stores and stuff like that. Man, that would have been nice to grab. I should have gotten one of those. They were big, heavy metal parts drawers with dividers and all that kind of good stuff. It would been sweet to have. Yep. Yeah, it's good to use them early as much as possible. Yeah, my brother bought a cap kit from Retro Fixes, which they sell stuff for like the Nintendo, for people repairing their Nintendos and consoles, classic consoles. And it looked all right, but some of the date codes were a little old, and they used Nichicon caps in their cap kits. But yeah, they had some old stuff in there, and I recapped his Nintendo, got it all back together, powered it up. It worked for like, well, it worked for like a day. and then yeah, he brought it back to me. He's like, man, it's not working anymore. I was like, well, what's up? So we opened it back up, and lo and behold, one of the caps in it blew in its top. It wasn't like a huge fireworks show or anything like that, but it was definitely hosed. Leaking electrolyte. Yep. Yeah, I spend a lot of time sitting around researching or watching other people, or 'cause that's I learn best by visually by watching people. Reading and lecture not so much. I'm a visual person, so which is great because now I can just watch YouTube for everything. I can fix all the world's problems so long as I have YouTube, the internet, my savior. Dang Skippy. So this is working out pretty good. Let the deoxit sit for a bit. Just kind of go over it lightly with the wire brush with the deoxit on there. That way I can keep some deoxit on my wire brush too, so it's kind of reapplying as I go. Kind of break it up a little bit. I like Adam. He seems like a super nice guy. Poor dude though, man. You know he's got to be getting just hammered on his pole position clone like every day, which I really want to get my hands on. It just seems like a really cool thing. I'd like to beta test it if possible, but I don't know. I mean, I'd pay for the beta unit. I think Adam's going to do another arcade repair 101. He's going to do it over video logic, I think, which I think is going to be pretty darn cool. He already did like you probably saw it, the questions, and he talked about display and how it draws lines of video data on the screen, which is all good stuff. These are seriously cleaning up pretty good. Three more to go. Yeah. Yeah, he breaks it down really nice. And then once you kind of get your head wrapped around what's going on, you can go back and watch his repair videos, and they start to make a lot more sense. Kind of break down kind of how he's troubleshooting things too. But that's my day job, is a lot of troubleshooting, which is makes this a little bit easier for me, I guess. I'm not quite as lost, like where do you start sort of a thing. So that helps. Yeah, but once you, yeah, I was thinking about it. Once you realize how he's troubleshooting stuff, and then you realize you watch him use the fluke, and you know what he's doing with the fluke, and you know why he's using the fluke. When you get to that situation when you need the fluke, you're like, oh man, I really need to read and write, and test my RAMs, and I need to flood the the data lines and see if this line is triggering like it's supposed to. And you're like, I could really use that right about now. I got pretty lucky on my first couple of repairs. I started with just a logic probe. Yeah, man. God. I would probably I would probably just buy the unit and try to start with one pod just to learn. I kind of like troubleshooting the Williams boards. I I repaired 3 different joust boards, and so I got real comfortable with that board set. And it's used in quite a few different games, so that would be a fun one to do. But the prod for that's like the most expensive one, unfortunately, which is ridiculous. It's like $800 on the market right now. So yeah, Adam recently said I got mine for $400 with 3 pods. I was like, oh, you stink. That costs like $1,200 now. Yeah. Yeah, but he wants to make sure that he can read the data. There we go. From the CPU's perspective, anyways. Yeah, John made the price of makes the prices of arcades go up, and Adam makes the price of flukes go up. I guess maybe seems that way, anyways. Once Adam showed everyone how to use it, oh, I can use that too. That makes sense. I can do that. They show up every once in a while on eBay. They do show up. Some better than others. You never know. Just gotta keep an eye out. And people sell them on Claw every once in a while. I'm not big and heavy on Claw, but I'm usually watching eBay. But yeah, I mean, it's the price is just too crazy unless you're somehow going to make your money back by actually having the time to do some board repairs. Otherwise, it's just going to be it's just a luxury item. that might save you a couple of hours in board repair. So when you can do everything the Fluke offers. I mean, through troubleshooting, a logic analyzer, and a oscilloscope, but just it speeds things up a lot. Man, I thought I had these clean. I guess not. I'm getting junk off of every single one of these. Yep, I would agree with that. We almost need to have like a directory of where's your nearest guy with a Fluke and where's your nearest guy with a CRT rejuve. You know, find your nearest dude that's got the real expensive stuff to share the wealth. So I mean, it doesn't make any sense for everyone to be trying to buy a Fluke. I know most people who are probably looking at trying to get one probably aren't going to use it, like Adam or Ian or whatever. I mean, if you got the time to use it and you're going to help out the community, I think that's cool. But don't hoard it. Yeah, I haven't had as I've only had one monitor so far that has that could probably benefit from a rejuvenator, and that came out of the pole position was the TM202G. That thing it's got bad red and green guns. It's probably take a rejuve, but I've got extra monitors I could just throw in there, so I just set that one aside for now until I can possibly get it rejuvenated. But for me, it's easier to go find another monitor than it is to try to get it rejuved. Or to even like send it off somewhere, and it's just ridiculous. Like, they're too big and bulky. I've got a guy close by that's taking monitors out of old casino games, old like video poker games and video slots. They've got some nice Samsungs in them, and they're CGA and look really nice. Some of them have a little bit of burn, others don't. The only downside is that they've got like a switching power circuit in them, so it's a little more difficult to troubleshoot the power in them. But they look really good, and it's a quick fix. I got them for like $15 a piece per monitor. I mean, that's the price of a cap kit, you know? Just stock up on those things. And if I got a monitor that's in really bad shape, just eh. So probably need to check with that guy, see if he's got any new ones in that are nice. So the downside is the CRTs take up a ton of space. So I mean, you only stock so many of them. This got a freaking warehouse or barn, kind of like Ian's got. Well, these look a lot better.
Yeah. Hey, Tim? What? Shoot, yeah, man. Fixing a pole position. Man, you getting any sleep? Or you just working at the hangar all night? I want to power this pole position up here in a minute. We just replaced 7 sockets, so hopefully it's going to work. I just got done cleaning all those EEPROMs, so let me go grab the board. Yeah, I've had about 8 setbacks on this thing, but hopefully this is the last thing I got to do for a while. I got to remember what order I put these sockets in, or these EEPROMs in. See, I'd almost rather like do like a, like they got the Arcade Roadshow. I'd like to do like an arcade hangout where we're actually fixing stuff and talking more about fixing things. I find that more interesting myself personally. Ian always talked about doing like a click and clack kind of thing, arcade fixing stuff. I thought that was kind of a cool idea. So this is the problem, Tim, to get you caught up. We're fixing this issue right here. So we got this issue with the cars. Like the colors are almost like inverting. So when they're going straight or turning left, they look really weird. When they turn right, everything kind of straightens up. So that's what we're trying to fix. Yeah, it's pretty weird. I've been having all sorts of little weird issues off these EEPROMs. I've had the signs going wonky on me. I've had the start gate kind of look weird, and also the main title banner when it comes out and flips does all sorts of weird stuff. Yeah, well, it's going straight and then turning, and when the cars are turning left. So there's one of these chips right here. I think this first one here, there's a leg broken on this one, and then on the socket, and then another one of these, a couple of the other sockets had some odd issues too. So, and then the EEPROMs were pretty dirty. So we cleaned them up, replaced all the sockets. I'm kind of going thermonuclear on this board to try to fix it once and for all. Okay, so we got 171 up here. And this one's supposed to be 170. And then we got the only one with the white sticker, 174. $175. Um, I didn't have the board out. I didn't push on them, but yeah, they're good. Yeah, the traces are good. Well, they are good now after I fixed a lot of them. Uh, yeah, they should be good. But this just area right here has just been, it's been killing me. And this problem is not like a continual problem. It's one of those things that were rarely showing up, but along with other issues that were popping up, the signs, some like glittering, goofy rendering issues. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Well, I did, Tim, and it didn't work. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this is the video board. Yeah, so here's these EEPROMs right here hold a lot of the large sign data, small sign data, card data. That's what's in these right here. There we go. Yeah, it does. And John gets pole positions on all he has to do is replace a fuse. So John's a different kind of guy. And everything else is more difficult for guys like us, right? We actually got to do some work. Oh my God. Oh, it so killed me when he got that pole position too. And the only thing that was wrong with it was a fuse. I wanted to throw something at my computer. Couldn't believe it. I was like, are you joking? Yeah. You know, my Z80 socket on this one is pretty finicky too, but it's working right now, so I'm not gonna mess with it. When I first took out the Z80, it was like it did not want to let go of the processor, and I was like, what is the deal with this socket? Okay, here's the game board. Here's my board spacers. Huh. I don't know how I'm gonna get you guys around to the screen. Let me yeah, let me get this thing in the cabinet, and then I'll get everything flipped around. Put this ugly thing back on. I'm gonna redo this completely. I don't like it. It could be a lot better. And this doesn't, with the terminal crimps, it doesn't fit into the cabinet right. I can't slide it all the way in. So I'm just gonna do the wire thing, take the crimps off, make it semi-permanent. Yeah, I'd do it as quickly as you can. It helps a lot. This thing pulls a lot of amps. Well, you know, Tim, these are like pop can metal. If I bend them, they're gonna break. I need to get some better ones. All right, that's on there. I think that's gonna work. You think this is gonna work, or is this like a total waste of my time? I'm gonna vote work. It's gonna work. I've got confidence. Confidence is high. It's gonna do something. Thank you, Tim. You're the man. All right, it's going in the cabinet right now. I'll bring you guys around here 1 second. Hold on. Okay, it's freaking in there. I'm a man. I'm 40. All right, I got a bunch of stuff here. All right, we're going flying here. Woo! Oh crap, that's not gonna work. There we go. Whoa! Stream is freaking out. Wow, that's a terrible shot. There you go. Sorry. Sorry. All right. Here goes nothing, right? Oh, we're also hoping that the monitor doesn't explode, so. I fixed 2 things, guys. Here we go. Is it dead? Hey, it's booting. That's good. Oh, that looks like crap. Hey, look at the cars. Oh man, look at the clouds. That's what I get. I fix one thing and something else breaks. Well, the cars are working, but now we've got a new problem. Are you kidding me? Can you guys see that? Oh, geez, that screen looks horrible. Hold on, let me change the viewing angle. There you go. It puts a big glare on the... Ah, nope. There it goes again. And we got some weird block issue going on back here. Well, that's a shame. And I've also got a deal on this sign where it's like a corner of it's just not showing up. You know what, Tim? I think you're right. Let me try pressing on a little bit, see if it changes at all. We'll lower this a little bit more. Yeah, I don't think I have any restrictions on the chat box. There's like a couple settings for that, but I didn't change that. Yeah, you can't see the, the background's got some wigginess going on it. Let me try pressing on a couple things, see if it changes at all. I want to hook it back up to the my test bench monitor to see if that helps. Yeah, that changed. There were some lines up here a second ago. Oh, there we go. The background's fixed. There's these sockets maybe, or there could be another issue behind it around the sockets. So yeah, this is still going on. The background cleared up. Well, dang. I'm gonna have to get a freaking microscope to find this problem. No, I just replaced the sockets. All of them. That's looking better. The sign. Did you see those vertical lines that were right there? I don't know if you saw those or not. Yeah, I already checked the EEPROMs. You see them turn left, and they look all wonky, and then when they turn right, it changes around. Let me get a game started, and you can kind of really see it that way. Yeah. At least the gameplay's though. That looks pretty good. See the start sign right there? If I turn left or turn right, it goes away. If I turn left, it shows up. So turning right is all good. Turning left, not so much. So all the cars turning right there. If they straighten up at all, then they look all weird. I don't know if that's gonna help. The screen is so bright. Let me turn the screen down. Jeez. This camera has like a lens, like a glass lens on it, plastic lens. Yeah. Well, I'm not playing it, Tim. Dude, I gotta put this back on the bench. All right, hold on a second. I'm so convinced it's on those EEPROMs. Oh, everything's so wonky. Hey, look, it's the ceiling. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try again. I'm actually kind of surprised. I honestly thought that was gonna nip that in the bud, but it didn't. I want to take one more quick peek at this, but I'm probably gonna have to call it. Try again tomorrow. Grab. Let me take this thing apart real quick. Yes, there is. I gotta get the schematic real quick, but yeah, there's. Trying to think what it was. Hold on. Is this it? No, that's not it. It's in my backpack. Whoa! You guys didn't see that, did you? There is an LS 273, a 74, and a 139. So I wonder if any of those are socketed. And I wonder what the backgrounds were being drawn on, because there was something back here that I pressed on, the backgrounds got fixed up again, so there's something else going on. Tim, you might be right, there's something that's eluding me and I just don't see it. Because there was this guy right here, I would get right here, 7N, I was getting some vertical line business on the whole screen, and just by resoldering this guy, cleaned that up quite a bit. Yeah, Mark. Yep, this has a lot of custom chips on it. The CPU board has more than this one. The video board doesn't have as many custom chips. Got one here, 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 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 or so, and then got some proms on here. A few proms here, here. So there's a few. But let's see here. So we got 11J, that's the 273, and he runs most of the data lines. So it's probably gonna, if anything, it's gonna be him, because I think everything's getting read from. So I think the chip selects are working. Otherwise we'd be missing a lot of stuff. Or 12F, who runs some of the address lines. (13J, 12J). Those aren't part of the circuit. So I'm looking at the picture, memory, signs, and cards schematic. That's what this business is right here. One. Okay. Thanks for the shout out. I appreciate that, Tim. That's nice. Slip them in. I wonder if this guy could be getting mixed up. Let me try just resocketing a few things. This guy feeds the MP lines going out. I have not touched this guy yet. At least he's in a socket, so I can kind of mess with him a little bit. And this issue I saw when I first started working on this board, and it hadn't shown up since. So it was several days, but it just recently came back, so I'm not sure what the deal is. I'm probably gonna have to hook it up to the my test bench LCD and work it over with the logic probe and oscilloscope. But I want to see if I can't get a quick result by trying a couple of things. So this particular kind of socket was giving me trouble over here on 8K, so this could be an issue. These sockets are just terrible. So I'm going to work this in and out a couple times. These are kind of lifting a little bit out of the sockets. These sockets are pushing them out a little bit. One kind of moved. These are cheap sockets. I didn't tell you about that. So I, don't, I hope these sockets aren't causing a problem. Which would be terrible, but I really wanted to try them out. See how that works? It's worth a shot. Okay, so that's the only other socketed chip in this circuit, except for 13H right here. I like this. I know that John and Adam use just a regular screwdriver. I like this guy for like 10 bucks. Ooh, that was crunchy. Did you hear that? That was kind of gross. The legs look good. Put back in there. So we got 11H here, he's soldered in. 11J, so this guy, this guy, this guy. And then 10B way down here are all part of the circuit. So here, this is kind of where all the parts live. So probably tomorrow, if we don't get anything done here, I'll check 11K, 11J, 11H, and also 11B way down here. But he's part of the sync. I'm sorry, 10B. Yeah, 11B, he's part of the sync circuit to be 10B. Checking the traces and everything around 10B. Just dirty. Yeah, it may just be because they're new. that they may be lifting up a little bit. I'm not sure. I'm guessing that I've probably got some more. I was telling Sub a second ago that this is the first board that I ever had to deal with bad soldering on, where we've got like cold joints and stuff like that. Because like 7N right there, I didn't replace the socket or anything, but I did desolder everything underneath it and resolder it, and that helped a lot. I had some vertical lines going all down the screen, and once I did that, when I pressed on this area, I couldn't get that. It no longer showed up anymore, so that was an issue. Okay, I'm gonna hook this together one more time and try again. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to hook this thing up tomorrow to the test bench and try again. Debugging this thing. Man, this harness, I tell you. It's going back in the cab. Let's try this out. One more time. Okay, guys, I think we got something. I turned it on without showing you first. I'm ashamed. No, hold on a second. I just didn't want to make you dizzy for no reason. All right, hold on. See that? Look at the cars. Look at that. It's working. It's one of those other chips. I cleaned the wrong ones. Ah, God, this thing is so bad.
wonder if I can go at an off angle if it'll help. Let me back the camera up. Yeah, that's like a big giant blur, isn't it? Good God, man. Why does it look so bad? You guys are like, stop moving the camera! Set a high score. I'm a solid 31K on Fuji. That's about as much as I can get. Alright, let me try to do something here after the timer runs out. Dude, I need to bolt back down my control panel. Time's up. Yeah, I think we got it. Yeah, that car got me. Yeah, my control panel is not, it's not screwed down, so it's moving on me. Hold on a second. I think we got it though. It's looking better. I think the cars are all good. NVRAM. Yeah, so I bought a Dallas chip and it doesn't work. So I'm getting the that 6116 mod. I ordered that in, so we'll see how that works. Yeah, I'm not any good at this game. Well, see, I've played it for a whole 2 days now, so I can use that as an excuse. I played this on the Atari console. That's when at least I learned that trick that you can use once, as far as I know. That was bad. This is on Twin Galaxy settings. I did that a day or so ago. Got second place. That's okay. Second starting position. Hey, it feels good to fix stuff though, right? That's nice. Oh, that was terrible. Look at that. I'm off the road. Ashamed of myself. I should just stop playing now, right? God dang it. I wasn't supposed to crash there. Why are the puddles so big? And why did the puddles move? What is up with that? Alright, I'm concentrating. Sort of. It's kind of hard for me to upshift and downshift when the control panel's moving. Try to stay on the road. 1, 0. Oh, suck. See, I'm a solid 31K. That's about as good as I can do. Hey, I got 34,000. That's a little bit above my average. Alphabet. Use the alphabet. There we go. Yeah, so next is high score, I guess. Hey,
fixed something. That's good. The sign looks good. A little bit right there. Always kind of disappears on me, but it's all complete, so that's good. That was wigged out. The cars were wigged out. So I'd probably say that was on that schematic. We were looking at the data going outbound. So E12H, 12H. I know 13H, and yeah, 12H. Those two guys. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for now. I think it's time to go to sleep, guys. thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. This is my first time doing this, so I just wanted to get it set up and see how it worked. So maybe I'll do some more when I got more stuff to fix.